There are two aspects to the assisted dying debate, the euthanasia debate. The one is the absurdity of seeing children and relatives who help their parents and their terminally ill friends and loved ones get transport to places like Switzerland. And the other one is the question about whether doctors should be involved in helping people who are seriously ill to end their lives. Well, the debate on the right to die has reignited as the Labour MP Kim Ledbetter introduces a private member's bill on assisted dying, and the proposed legislation, which may pass before Christmas, according to Starmer, has drawn sharp objections from church leaders. Archbishop Justin Welby warns that legalising assisted suicide could create a social expectation to die, especially among the elderly and vulnerable, to avoid burdening others, and his concerns, echoed by Catholic leaders, reflect fears that liberalisation could compromise the sanctity of life and erode protections for those unable to advocate for themselves. Welby has underscored the potential for a slippery slope, noting Oregon's experience where half of those seeking assisted suicide report fear of being a burden as a motivating factor. Cardinal Vincent Nichols further warns that legalising assisted dying risks transforming the medical ethos from a duty of care to a duty to kill, jeopardising the foundational principles of medical practice. These leaders argue that the pressures of society and economic incentives could subtly encourage vulnerable people to choose assisted dying, thus compromising their autonomy. But of course, assisted dying has been around in one form or another for a very long time, thinking all the way back to the physician who helped the late Queen's grandfather to die so that the news of his death was received by the right newspaper. Supporters of the bill argue for compassionate choice and patient autonomy, particularly for those enduring terminal illnesses. And Ledbetter stresses the need for stringent safeguards, such as involving two medical professionals and judicial oversight to prevent abuse. Proponents like Dame Esther Ranson emphasise that assisted dying offers relief from suffering and should be a personal right, not a mandate imposed on others. Church leaders counter this by advocating that improved palliative care, which they argue offers dignity without compromising life's intrinsic value, should be a part of the NHS, and that the hospice movement has grown increasingly significant in our lives. The bill's potential passage will require MPs to vote according to their conscience rather than on party lines, indicating the deep moral complexity surrounding the issue. And as the debate unfolds, both sides highlight the need to balance compassion with caution to avoid unintended consequences.